Hello and welcome to our channel. In this video we will discuss about irritable bowel syndrome, that is IBS. And the basic topics that we will cover in this video are: what is irritable bowel syndrome, that is IBS, what are the various causes, what are the various etiologies that leads to irritable bowel syndrome, and next we'll discuss about the clinical features, that is what are the signs and symptoms of irritable bowel syndrome. And after that we will discuss about the investigation, that is what are the diagnostic criteria for irritable bowel syndrome. And lastly we will discuss about the management of irritable bowel syndrome through natural diet. So these are the basic topics that we will cover in this video. So let's start. So first of all, we'll talk about what is irritable bowel syndrome. So let's talk about it. So irritable bowel syndrome is also known as spastic colon, irritable colon, mucus colitis and spastic colitis. And it is a separate condition from inflammatory bowel disease and is not related to other bowel conditions. So irritable bowel syndrome is a group of intestinal symptoms that typically occur together. And the symptoms vary in severity and duration from person to person. And however, they last at least 3 months or for at least 3 days per month. So this is the basic definition of irritable bowel syndrome. Now next we'll discuss about what are the basic etiologies, that are the causes that leads to irritable bowel syndrome. So let's talk about it. So although there are many ways to treat irritable bowel syndrome, the exact cause of irritable bowel syndrome is unknown, and possible causes include an overly sensitive colon or immune system. Post-infectious irritable bowel syndrome is caused by previous bacterial infections in the gastrointestinal tract. And the varied possible causes make irritable bowel syndrome difficult to prevent. And the physical processes involved in IBS can also vary but may consist of: first, slowed or the spastic movements of the colon causing painful cramping. Second, abnormal serotonin level in the colon affecting motility and bowel movements. And the last is mild celiac diseases that damages the intestine causes irritable bowel symptoms. So these were some causes that leads to irritable bowel syndrome. Now next we'll talk about what are the irritable bowel syndrome triggering factors, or what triggers IBS. So let's talk about it now. So for many people, the key to managing IBS symptoms is to avoid triggering factors. Certain foods as well as stress and anxiety can be triggers for IBS symptoms for many people. Certain foods are common triggers for many people with IBS. However, some of these foods may have a greater effects on you than others. Now next we'll discuss about the clinical features, that is what are the signs and symptoms of irritable bowel syndrome. So let's talk about it. So the symptoms of IBS typically include cramping, abdominal pain, bloating and gas, constipation and diarrhea. It is not uncommon for people with IBS to have episodes of both constipation and diarrhea, and symptoms such as bloating and gas typically go away after you have a bowel movement. Now separately we will discuss with the signs and symptoms. First of all, we'll talk about the symptoms of IBS in women. So women may tend to have symptoms around the time of menstruations, or they may have more symptoms during this time. Menopausal women have fewer symptoms than women who are still menstruating. Some women also have reported that certain symptoms increases during pregnancy. Now next, symptoms of IBS in men. So symptoms of IBS in men are the same as the symptoms in the women. However, a lot fewer men reports their symptoms and seek treatment. Now let's talk about the irritable bowel symptoms, irritable bowel syndrome pains. So irritable bowel syndrome pains may feel like cramping. With this cramping, you will also have at least two of the following experiences. Some relief of the pain after a bowel movement, the change in how often you have a bowel movement, and thirdly, changes in the way your stool look. So this was all about the clinical features, that is the sign and symptoms of irritable bowel syndrome. Now let's talk about the investigation, that is what are the diagnostic criteria for the irritable bowel syndrome. So let's talk about the IBS diagnosis. So your doctor may be able to diagnose IBS based on your symptoms. They may also take one or more of the following steps to rule out other possible causes of your symptoms. Your doctor may order a variety of diagnostic tests if you are experiencing severe or the additional symptoms such as weight loss, anemia, blood in your stool. Although these tests are not required for a diagnostic purpose of IBS, they can rule out other potentially serious conditions. So first test is blood test. So a blood test can help rule out the possibility of celiac disease. This is a wheat allergy that produces symptoms similar to IBS, such as cramping and intestinal distress. Second test is a stool test. So a stool sample can check for the presence of blood or the parasites, which can indicate infections. The third test is lower GIT series. So for this test, your doctor uses an X-ray of your intestine to check for possible blockages. Before the test, your doctor will insert barium into your intestines through a tube in your anus. Barium is a liquid that makes the intestine more visible on the X-ray, and you are usually required to undergo a liquid diet and anemia before the examination. A sedative can help you relax during the procedure. You may have some discomfort and discolored stool for a days or two after this examination. And the next test for IBS is flexible sigmoidoscopy, or you can say colonoscopy. So let's talk about it. So these tests allow your doctor to view your rectum and colon with a small camera attached to a thin tube. The tube is gently inserted into your anus as with the lower GIT series test. This test usually requires a liquid diet and enema before examination. Taking a sedative may also be an option. Your doctor may recommend a colonoscopy to rule out the possibility of colon cancer if you fall into a certain risk groups based on age, race, and family history. The next test, let's talk about it. This is CT scan. So a CT scan of your pelvis region can help rule out other possible causes of your discomfort such as pancreatic or gallbladder problems. Next test is the lactose intolerance test. So if you are unable to digest dairy products, you may experience symptoms similar to irritable bowel syndrome, such abdominal bloating, gas, and diarrhea. Lactose intolerance test can be diagnosed through a breath test or by eliminating dairy products from your diet for several weeks. So these are the various tests that you can perform for the diagnosis of irritable bowel syndrome. So this was all about the investigation. Now last, very important topic of this video is what is the ultimate management for irritable bowel syndrome. So basically here we'll talk about the natural remedies for the management of irritable bowel syndrome. So let's talk about the irritable bowel syndrome diet. So for some people, dietary changes can go a long way in helping ease symptoms. Because the symptoms of IBS vary among people with the condition, approaches to dietary changes needs to vary. So some home remedies for the IBS are, some certain home remedies or the lifestyle changes may help to relieve your irritable bowel syndrome symptoms without the use of medications. Examples of these lifestyle changes include participating in regular physical exercise. Second, cutting back on caffeinated beverages that stimulate the intestines. Third, eating smaller meals. Fourth, minimizing stress. Talk therapy may help. And the next is take probiotics. They are good bacteria normally found in the intestines to help relieve gas and the bloating. And the last one is avoid deep fried and the spicy foods. Now, what are the foods which you have to avoid if you are suffering from irritable bowel syndrome? So let's talk about them. So managing your diet when you have irritable bowel syndrome may take a little extra time, but is often worth the effort. Modifying the amount or eliminating certain foods such as dairy products, fried foods, indigestible sugars and beans may help to reduce different symptoms. For some people, adding spices and herbs such as ginger, peppermint and chamomile can help to reduce some irritable bowel symptoms. So this was all about the natural, healthy diet management for the people who are suffering from this problem, that is IBS, irritable bowel syndrome. So that's all for today. See you guys in our next video. Till then, stay connected with us for more videos like this. Don't forget to subscribe and comment below, and yes, press the bell icon for more updates. Stay safe and stay healthy. And see you guys in our next video, that is how one can manage irritable bowel syndrome with homeopathic medicines. And yes, thanks for watching our PT.